Hope you are doing well. So today we'll be discussing something that is very interesting. The word cell. What we understand by cell. Today's topic is cell. So dear students, you all know what is a cell, right? Cell, we all are made up of cells. Have you watched building? Anybody? Definitely. We all have seen building constructions being done near our roads. If you go in a building construction site, you will see each building is made up of small bricks, right? So if you now consider our body, right? We have our head, we have our nose, eyes. These all are made up of cells. So we human beings are also made up of cells. So now the next question is, then how many cells are there in our body? Now this brings to the important discussion. First discussion that we will be doing today is discovery. Everybody is very interested about discovery, right? Who has discovered cell? Next we'll be talking about the cell. What do you mean by the cell? Then coming to the third part, we will be showing you how organisms, how they have the cellular identity. Then we will be seeing very interestingly about the shape of the cells, right? Everybody, we have seen various type of bricks, right? So we will be seeing about the shape of cells. Then moving forward, we will be seeing what are the cell structures. That is very important, students, for understanding the type of the cell. Then we'll enter the cell and we will be seeing the parts of a cell. That is very important. We will be diving into it. Then finally, when we are done with that, we will be going to the structure, what is there in the cell. So that will be covered, and finally we will be coming towards the comparison of plant and animal cells, right? We will be seeing what is the difference between plant and animal cells. So finally we will be ending up our structure, we will be ending our tour of the cells. Now discovery. Dear students, who discovered cell? It was a gentleman named Anton van Leeuwenhoek who first saw under the microscope. Everyone is aware of the microscope, right? He first saw the dead cells of cork having cells. So that was how the entire discovery of cells began, and that was also the study of a subject called microbiology. Now coming towards the cell. What do you mean by the cell? So basically, as your book says, both bricks, as I said, and cells in living organisms are basic structural units. So if you take an organ, it is made up of tissues. If you break the tissues, it is made up of cells. Each cell is having a life, and some organisms can be unicellular, and like us, they can be multicellular. Next, coming to the cells. What is the organisms inside the cells? And how many cells are there? So there are various types of organisms. Some are unicellular, like amoeba that have pseudopodia, or having a flagella. These are called unicellular. So unicellular cell, dear students, is a very basic structural cell that will be doing all the activities. This is the nucleus that I will describe, and some are multicellular, like us human beings. These many cells made up of tissue, and then they will make up the organ. Then they will make up the organ system. Now shape of the cells. We human beings are very different. We look different. Similarly, cells also look different. Some will be like round, like disc-shaped RBCs. Some will be like long, like muscle cells. And some will be looking something like a nerve fiber or the dendron or dendrites. So as human beings are also different, cells are also different. Now coming towards the size of the cells. The size of the cells, dear students, can range from 0.1 to 0.5 micrometer in bacteria. That is called the microbiology, microns. And it can be as big as the ostrich egg, 170 mm into 130 meter. That is huge. So now, dear students, you have understand what is the cells structure. Now parts of a cell. If you come inside our home, everybody has a kitchen, right? Kitchen, drawing room, bedroom, balcony. Similarly, suppose now we dive into the microscope. We dive into the cells. You open the door of the cell, you will get a cell membrane. This is the cell membrane. This is the wall of the cell. Once you go inside, this is the nucleus. This nucleus is the brain of the cell. This is called the nucleus, and this part is called the cytoplasm. This is the plasma membrane. Apart from that, as our homes has various rooms, similarly there is something called a vacuole. There is something called a Golgi apparatus, that is we'll discuss. There is something called the endoplasmic reticulum, and there is also something called that is very important part of a cell, that is you will see in nucleolus as well. So a cell is having various. Now coming to the cells. What are the different types of cells? we are having two types of cells. One is for plants and one is for animals. Now what is the difference? Both are having the basic structure, but plant cells, in addition to the cell membrane, also has a very big cell wall because they have to be turgid. They are made up of cellulose. But animal cells, they don't have a cell wall. Their basic structure, they have a cytoplasm here and a nucleus out here. So if you see, there is a difference between the cell of plants as well as animals. Now coming to the nucleus. Nucleus is the brain of the cell, as I said, and it is the coordinating center of the cell. Cytoplasm is just like a mat. Your home is having an open space, right? This cytoplasm is the base in which all the cellular organelles, all the organs of the cell are called cellular organelles. Coming to the chromosomes, this nucleus contains the chromosomes and this chromosomes contains the DNA, dear students. So now, as I come out of the cell, we all will come out of the cell. Now it is very interesting. So we have come out of the home. Now we have studied about the bricks, we have studied about the doors. So what is the door? Door is the cytoplasm. What is the brain center? Brain center is your kitchen where you make the food, or is the nucleus. So we have also seen what is the difference between a plant and animal cells. So any questions here, students, please feel free to ask, because questions only give answers. So we both will study, we all will study and understand how a cell looks like in the next chapter. Thank you.